It's not about the money, Mrs. Harris. Okay, I thought, dragging myself from sleep. He knew my weakness. He always knew my weakness. If he wanted something, all he had to do was ask. But things changed after the incident. After the divorce, well, now I was on my own. I guess he figured he'd play dirty, and honestly, it worked. I got the call at 4 a.m. Groaning, I reached for my phone and read the email again. For the sake of our son, please reconsider. Andrew, I slammed the phone onto the table, wincing at the loud thud. This was exactly how he'd pressured me, always with the guilt trips. Back when we were together, it was always him or us against the world. I loved that about him. The loyalty, the passion. But I hated how he used it. Now it was all twisted and dark. It felt like he was trying to pull me back into his web, and honestly, I didn't want to fight. Andrew wanted the sole custody of Liam. I wanted to agree. What? Why? With his kind of money, he could easily make me agree. I was drowning in legal fees. As the email suggested, if I agreed, I'd get a healthy amount of child support. I could afford to buy a nice place near a decent school for Liam. I could start to rebuild my life. The problem was I wouldn't be able to fight him on both grounds. Either I chose Andrew's offer or I went for the fight of my life. So it is about the money, I muttered. As dawn broke, I made my decision. I wouldn't take the easy way out. I wouldn't crumble under pressure. Maybe it was stubbornness. Maybe it was pride. But I wouldn't accept Andrew's deal. I wrote him an email, confident, strong, firm. I believe Liam will be better off with both parents sharing custody. I hope you've reconsidered. The words were sharp, laced with steel. I imagined them hitting Andrew hard, and for a moment, I felt a thrill of victory. Then reality smacked me in the face. I was no match for Andrew. But as I poured myself a cup of coffee, my phone rang. Andrew, did you get my email? His voice was strained, worried. Yes, I did. Your offer is generous, but I believe Liam deserves more. More what? More of me. What are you playing at, Megan? I'm being serious, Andrew. Oh, you think I'm joking. I'm not. I just want to know what you really want. He sounded tired, defeated. I want joint custody, nothing more. Silence. You're mad. You know what this means, right? Yes, I do. I'll have to fight for it. And Laz, I'll destroy you. You won't get a cent from me. Then I guess I'll be joining the club of single mums. Oh, you poor thing. Don't worry, Megan. I'll take good care of you. And he hung up. I blinked, stunned by his reaction. What kind of monster? I exclaimed. I could see where this was going. Andrew would use every trick in the book to hurt me. But I had a weapon too. I had Liam. He wouldn't dare mess with him. But how could I use this? How could I fight Andrew without hurting Liam? I paced my living room, desperation clawing at me. I needed leverage, something to hold over Andrew, something he couldn't live without. Suddenly, I stopped. It was stupid. Why didn't I notice earlier? I rushed to my laptop, fingers flying across the keyboard. I found what I wanted. The papers Andrew sent me contained an error. He'd missed a deadline. I'd seen it, but I'd ignored it. In my desperation, I overlooked a critical detail. Andrew had filed the papers 2 months late, and in California, that was grounds for automatic dismissal. I smiled. Andrew thought he could scare me. Well, I could scare him too. I typed out a quick message. Meet me at the usual spot tomorrow. Bring the originals. We need to sign. He replied almost immediately. Why? Is there a problem? No problem. Just business. I lied. I was excited. It was like a game of chess. One wrong move and Andrew would lose everything. I felt powerful. I could win. As the sun dipped below the horizon, I arrived at the cafe. The bell above the door chimed, and Andrew entered. He scanned the room, his eyes searching for me. When he saw me, he rushed towards me, a hint of panic in his stride. Megan, what's wrong? What's happened? Nothing's wrong. Only business. I held out my hand. The papers. He hesitated, then placed them in my hand. My fingers brushed against his. For a moment, I saw a flicker of tenderness in his eyes. Then it vanished, replaced by guardedness. You haven't signed them, I stated, opening the file. I thought we agreed. We did, but I have a problem with them. What problem? He stepped closer, desperation edging into his voice. They're dismissed. I watched as understanding dawned on his face, draining the color from it. What? How? Why? I shrugged. I thought you liked surprises. I signed the papers and pushed them towards him. You have 2 options, Andrew. Agree to joint custody or go to court. But the kids, the school, the life I've built here, it's not fair to him. Life isn't fair. Neither is custody. You know the rules. You play dirty, you lose dirty. He stared at the papers in his hands, his knuckles turning white. Why are you doing this, Megan? Because I have a son to think about. I think he deserves both parents. He looked up, his eyes burning with emotion. I'll give you everything. Just don't do this. Too late. The game has changed. I stood up, ready to leave. Goodbye, Andrew. Wait, he said quietly. Please don't make me choose. I paused, but I didn't turn. It's your choice. Andrew always has been, and I left him there, the defeated king in his crumbling castle. As I walked into the sunset, a sense of freedom washed over me. I had held my ground. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear. I was ready to face it on my own terms. I had faced Andrew Harris, the man who had haunted my dreams, and I had won.